What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another horror documentary film review. Today we're going to talk about In Search of Darkness 1995, journey back into iconic 90s horror. Yes, I did the first one of this, and now it's time to do the second one. I finally got the physical copy. It was released December 19th, 2025 on Shudder, and it was directed by David A. Weiner, who did films like Science Fiction Revolution, In Search of Darkness, 1919 and 1994, Search of Darkness Part 3, The Final Journey to 80s Horror, well, all the In Search of Darkness he's done, In Search of Tomorrow, which is like an 80s documentary. And I reviewed all the In Search of Darkness films and In Search of Tomorrow. But yeah, so this is the final 90s one. So this is another in-depth documentary on looking at some of the iconic horror films from and thrillers from 1995 to 1999. They do a really good job at going really in depth this time, and even mentioning like sequels and stuff. You do get snippets of the sequel and show how they vary and stuff with them. They cover a lot of great films in this, all the iconic ones, some home video, some TV movies even and stuff. They do a great job at going across the whole board, not just looking at the boring mainstream stuff you heard thousands of times before. And yeah, there's also some good in between each year. They do like a soundtrack segment, one dedicated to J horror, which is cool, and a whole pile of other things and video stores and stuff like that. And they do a good job at trying to get the 90s feel to you, or nostalgia if you're older like me and lived through some of that. Yeah, some of the big nostalgia stuff. And they do talk a lot with a lot of people that worked on the films and stuff, and who also there's also a lot of good behind the scenes stuff in there. Sometimes I wish the segments were a little longer and maybe a little more in depth, but still, for this like 6-hour documentary, it's definitely worth the long haul. It definitely goes by really fast, and overall I really like this movie. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5. This is a very well done documentary, and I think a lot more people should check it out. It is streaming on Shudder if you want to check it out. But if you don't have Shudder, at least link the trailer down below so you can see what I'm talking about down there. Also link down below is my Instagram, so I post clips of films I'm going to review in the future on my story. I just put the film title in there and some fun fact or history thing in there as well. Also my Letterbox down below at Derek P Reviews. That's where I post my first star rating after watching the films, and my Twitter's down below at reviews_Derek. So make sure you follow me on those platforms to stay in loop with this channel. Like this video, share it so more people aware of it. Comment your opinions of the film down below if you have any films or film franchises in any genre and on any streaming service that you want to hear my opinions on in the future. Comment those down below too. I'll try my best to get to them as soon as I can, and if I can find them. Also, let me know what your favorite In Search of Darkness documentary is if you have one. Make sure you subscribe. Hopefully we find something weird, obscure, and odd they probably never thought of checking out together. And also share my opinions on popular films that have come out, classic films, and reviews on other things as well. And don't forget to ring that bell because, well, I got a couple films backlogged that I want to cover, but we also might be doing the creature feature, The Flood, in the next review. So make sure you tune in for that. Yeah, remember to always support the indie scene, and check out documentaries to find more movies you probably never ever heard of. Quit staying in the mainstream. Yeah, until the next one, I'll see you in the next one. So until then, cheers.